You ever wondered what we are like doing out here on this weird little sphere-type blob called Earth out here in the galaxy? Like, what are we even doing on this planet? And how did we get here? And oh my god, what in the serious heck is going on? Hi, I'm Trevor Honeycutt, and if you're anything like me, you are right now at this very moment listening to another beautiful episode of Show Fresh City. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that sweet, hazy, dream time, happy place we all like to call Show Fresh City. Keep it locked in hard. Yeah, right here. Keep it all the way dialed in to get all the most mind-blowing content all up in your brain that you're likely to experience all friggin' week, bro. Yeah, so, check it. Like, whoa, how holy Chuck E. Cheese, y'all. Remember those deep-ass questions I asked at the very beginning of the broadcast? Well, you know something. Some people think there are profound answers to these and other hyper-mysterious questions about what's the deal on this planet, about this, that, and what have you. Have you ever heard of something called as Exxylcroth? That's right, dog, Exxylcroth. It's been known to transform the lives of several thousand cult members since at least the last 20 years. And so much speculation just as to what is the point of Exxylcroth, but no one knows exactly because it is also nebulously shrouded in the most severe kind of mystery you can imagine. Furthermore, if you have met any of the members of this cult of Exxylcroth, you will see that peculiar glimmer in their eyes. They often can seem to be knowing things that other people can't grip their pretty little heads around. They're like more telepathical than a series of all-knowing owls at some trippy-ass druid festival out in the woods and shit. They seem to be powerfully energizing their actuality at a far higher degree than some of the other cults like Ordo Templi Orientis, which you will know that there are members far beyond the roster. With backup positions being maintained by a strong underglass composite ratio foil, which flexes its inchoate synergy toward unto alas, another side of the ancient folds of a burial mound, still undiscovered. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. With us on the line today, we have a special guest who is called as Shirley Shadowcliff. She claims to maintain full membership within the ranks of the Knights of Exxylcroth, who have been established officially in 2005. And you guys aren't gonna believe this. Come on now, you hear me? Seriously, y'all, this is about to get silly. Let me tell you, I've been talking to Shirley Shadowcliff off air, and she is so weird and slightly creepy. Like, if she ain't sipping on some kind of Kool-Aid, then I don't know what it is that she be smoking. You dig? So just give me a minute to get her pulled up on the monitor. Hold on a sec. Okay, here she is. Let's just welcome Shirley Shadowcliff and let her just talk about how her experience has got her all up involved with that crazy cruel cultist called Exxylcroth. She's going to just let it rip, hopefully so. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, freaks. I'm terribly super hyper excited about talking to Shirley. Woo-ha. Grr. Yup. Shloopy Schlap Zuki, Mamula full of Shirley. Tell us what you got for us, little puppy girl. Sup, lady girl.
So, alright Trevor, you asked for it, my man. I'm about to explain this whole thing about Exxylcroth. I mean, as much as I can explain publicly. Of course there are many secrets which I can't disclose to someone who isn't a member. And since this is public, I can only go so far into the elaborate web of initiations and bizarre practices. But I will give you a little taste, dude. You'll want more soon though, and you seem like the kind of guy who might want to get a little further more deep into what you have been calling a cult. So, let's talk about Exxylcroth, okay? Exxylcroth is an overarching conglomerate of energy-based ritual practices which allow each practitioner to apprehend willingly the true strength of all known capacities of human knowledge and understanding. The vast expanse of the cosmos becomes easier to understand with the help of hypnotic trance states and voluminous texts, undergoing a sheer reliance on synergy with the one grand, powerful, timeless force field within the swift, lightning resonances of all things Exxylcroth. You don't have to be an idiot to determine that life as we know it is nothing more or simply less than subtle expressions of our nightly traversing's of omnipotent realities, combined with optimal deliveries of revelation. Forthwith and moreover, ever-expanding waves of pathological erections of obelisks at key points in the history of the internal desert of the soul make it almost impossible to deny the existence of heretofore seen resemblances of that which has always been and will always ever be Exxylcroth notwithstanding. And for our listeners of Show Fresh City, haven't you been longing for a more dynamic understanding of that which can still permeate the outward shell of common everyday experience? Don't get me wrong, there are hazing rituals and severe punishments for wrongdoings within the circumspect code of the actualizing of Exylcroth. Don't for a second think that this is some chilled-out relaxing club, where you can just sit around being a half-brain-dead hippie like no one's business to be called forth by entire battalions of volcanic forces, beyond your puny grip and, oh, skippity-yap-o show. Tell me something I don't know, bro. Come on now, let's get seriously about all this and so much more.
Oh my God. Yes, indeed, Shirley. Yes, so seriously, so much, and so on again indeed. I am legitimately captivated by all that you have divulged thus far, babe. I gotta tell you, my head is just spinning like nuts all around right now. And you got me thinking and feeling all kinds of shit that frankly I don't even know if I was ready for. But tell me, Miss Shadowcliff, aren't cults just places that can rip off and subsequently brainwash fools who fall for all that mumbo jumbo? It is called mumbo jumbo, right?
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. That is so funny, Trevor. You are too cute. Of course we don't brainwash people. Are you serious right now? There is no need for that kind of nonsense. It's not like we're telling you to worship some loser like Aleister Crowley, or get you doped up on all, that Madame Blavatsky horse manure. You gotta be kidding me. And God forbid we ever end up as disgustingly ugly as L. Ron Hubbard. Trust me. The Knights of Exxylcroth couldn't be on another continent more further away than all of that ridiculous poppycock that occasionally passes for knowledge by foolhardy idiots trapped on this half-assed planet called as Earth. Are you joking with me, Trevor? Now I will say this. There are some things that could slightly in the broadest sense be slightly similar to the teaching of that wild man called Gurdjieff. But it's only peripheral to primary, already formidably established ratios of the augmented ninth trapezoid of Exylcroth. We venture not to penetrate into the mysteries, but to stir the rising of new questions concerning the origins of far more mysterious patterns of elucidation, of more ecstatic wavelengths of the higher reasoning center of the human proto-maximal concurrent being. These holy ellipses of each hemisphere writhe with a commanding strength to bring about fundamental increases in the individual, whether that is transcendent or sublimated in the affirmative coalescing structures regarding advanced critical re-evaluation of the service toward Almighty, intrepid Exylcroth. Am I making any sense?
I am starting to spasm out and get freaky in my own humble. Was as I actually try to download all it was that you just blasted my mind with. Like I'm gaining new accesses to perhaps something like 3 dozen new solar systems within my own body. I'm suddenly re-aware of never-before-seen visions of the emerald bullets of ever-penetrating revelation in a way that, quite frankly, I never thought I would get to. You know, I fooled around with thinking that Timothy Leary was gonna take me by the hand and just coast me over the 10th bardo or something. Like all this Tibetan Book of the Dead stuff and secret scrolls of the Talmud were going to give me all the what's called as breakthroughs that I could humanly endure. But ha for real. None of that made much of a real impact at the end of the day. Now for instance, however, I did gain a whole new range of actualizing mechanisms after playing the first 4 albums of Matthew Howard Stoll's Sacred Meditation Strategies. That is so seriously heavily powerful shit right there. If you haven't checked them out, son, there has quite literally never ever been a more perfect time than right now to check those out. I mean, I came right up close to knowing full well absolutely the deepest recesses of the universe, and I straddled the dichotomy of lobotomy, repeatedly flipping over from the sunny side to the dark side, radically swiveling in. Tropical lustings of madness forthwith, and moreover, I never thought that perhaps Exylcroth was behind all, if not most of my deepest thought right here sensationally, on another episode of what I can only acknowledge as Show Fresh City. Wow, yeah, so, Charlie, thank you so much for being with us tonight, and please send me more literature on how I can, what it takes to become a member of the cult, which you call the Knights of Exxylcroth. Thank you so much, once again.
Yada yada. Moo. Wahaha, never mind, Trevor. You are not ready for this. But you might as well become the pleasure feast of your worthless nothingness. Recoiling everlasting entrails of fire, coiling with heaving vessels of rare nectar spinning. No one will ever understand fully what can have will become wholly this trance on the parapet. The robe in the inferno whispers on the thousand calamities in a hidden powdered dusk accumulator. There is nothing about Batman saving the city, and Joker steals a melon from a barbecue, and sand gets ejaculated 100 miles in the air from the big pyramid at Giza. Those trolls have been barfed back out by the heavy masters in the sun playing sick games with your future, and behold the filaments of agony that twist you and shackle you, and throw you headlong into exceedingly rare furnaces of oblivion stacked heavenly sweet and scintillating. I can now say that you may be slightly more ready to receive the initial package of literature from the Knights of Exxylcroth. Just try to get some sleep tonight, Trevor.